So I've made a tool that can be used to run BindCraft on a cloud service. In this case, I'm using RunPod. This is a quick start to get you started quickly. If you're on RunPod, you can select a GPU. So I'll just choose something cheap here, RTX 6000. And then it'll give you an option to enter a template, and you just say change template, and you can search. So you can search for BindCraft RunPod. So what this will do is it'll set up BindCraft on RunPod and also have a GUI you can use to make things easier. And so we click here, use this template. If you want to edit the template, you can do that as well. So you can edit it. At the moment, I have 50 gigabytes container disk and 50 gigabytes for volume disk, which works pretty good for most projects. I'm going to choose just an easy and cheap RTX A6000. It's only 49 cents an hour. In green is the community price. So if you want to run a community pod, which is a little less secure, you can do that as well for a cheaper price. So here we just click on the A6000, and you'll see that here's my BindCraft RunPod Docker image already here, and the template will include enough storage to run most design challenges. And now you can choose from on demand. So you can do 49 cents for on demand. You can do long-term savings plans. I typically choose on demand. You can also choose community cloud, which is a lot cheaper. But again, it's not as secure. So I'm going to choose secure cloud, A6000. And if you want, you can make it even cheaper by deploying Spot. It's an instance that's interruptible. I find it actually really hard to work with because I've never actually not been interrupted. So I prefer to pay a little more and ensure that it runs smoothly. So deploy on demand. This will spin up your pod. So what it's doing now is it's loading the Docker image that I created. And you can see these so there'll be a tab called logs. First, it'll give you the system log. And this is just the system pulling down the Docker image. Once that's all installed, and you don't get charged for this, once that's all installed, you'll see another tab called container log. And we will get that in a second, and I'll come back in a few minutes after the image has been deployed. So once your installations have finished, PyRosetta and AlphaFold weights, you'll be informed that it's ready, startup is complete, and you'll want to copy your Jupyter password. So we can highlight this and copy this, copy, and then we'll go into the Connect tab. And in the Connect tab, even though it says it's not ready, it usually is. So I just click on it, Jupyter. This will bring up the Jupyter notebook. Here's your password. Paste it. This is a random password that you shouldn't have to paste in again as long as you don't physically shut down the notebook. You can shut your web browser and it'll come right back up when you pull it up, the web browser again. Just don't shut down the notebook. So here on the left-hand side of the notebook, we can see this BindCraft RunPod start.ip. And if you wanted to start another run, you would basically just if say you wanted to change the file name, you could say test.json. Say we want to put everything in test, so I'll put it in test. Binder name is binder. We'll call this test2. Test2. You can call this test binder. And then starting PDB, I didn't upload another one. So if you wanted to upload one, you just go here and it would upload from your computer. So I can upload one, and then it'll validate it, so it's saved to workspace inputs. And then you can upload a JSON file, or below you can make your own and change the number of designs. Say you want 100. Okay, we'll save changes. And then if you want to enter a job name, you can say test 2, and that way the job will always be put in a so this will be put in a folder called test 2. It's nice if you can match the design path with this path, because then the log file will be in the same file as all your outputs. So we're going to submit the job name. So it's been registered. Previously I did test. This is test 2. You can select a target JSON. If you don't see it, then just refresh the menu, and you'll see here we're looking for test 2. And then you can change the filters. So this is something that BindCraft is really good with, is setting different filters for different conditions. So that's one of the things that makes it a modularized workflow. And so they have no filters, peptide filters, relax filters. So if you run it and you're not getting anything passing filters, you might want to try peptide relax filters. And if you go into the actual files, you can actually see like what the settings are. And then we're going to generate the run script, and finally we're going to run BindCraft. So BindCraft will be run in the background, so you won't see it here. But say you ran it and you're like, oh no, I actually didn't want this many number of final designs, and I just started. So you can always abort a running job. So this will list the running jobs. If you don't see it, you can say refresh abort. Usually it should be there. And then say you want to see what's going on in the log file. You go to your file manager here, go to outputs, and this was test 2. So it has all the statistics that BindCraft gives you. And if you look at the log file, test2 bindcraft.log, and click that open, you'll see it started. It gave it a job number 141546. And when you shut it, or when you abort it, this is what it's going to find and abort this. So you can see everything starting. It's basically going to start making binders. And as you open this up a little bit later, you'll see like more progress. You won't see much in the beginning of the final design stats because nothing has passed the filters yet. You still have to run collab design and AlphaFold 2, etc. So that's like a good starting point. Later we'll come and check these designs, and it's kind of like a baking show. So I already started one, so I can show you what outputs look like from test 1. So here's test 1, and you have final design stats. So you can see you have 26 designs that passed the filters so far. I just use the default filters for this. You won't, so when it says _MPNN, that is referring to the MPNN that Collab Designs runs. You can also have BindCraft run its own MPNN, and that would come in the filters that you select in the GUI. So if I was to go back here and select advanced filters, you could select npnn.json, so it'll run another npnn cycle from the output from Collab Design. So let's go back, and we can actually look at accepted, and that'll show you all the PDBs that have been written so far. If we can see, yeah, there we go. And it'll be the same numbers of what, 26 or whatever it was. There's a lot of interesting things in here which I won't go over now, but there's like plots for each run, so you can look at that. Different statistics, so IT binding statistics. You can see you kind of get some convergence. So let's go back. So what I'll show you in the notebook is kind of a fast way to zip up all the data and download it. So I'm trying to get a copy party installed and running. It's not running yet, so this is You can use rsync, it's just kind of complicated. So this is kind of like a workaround. So if you paste these commands into the Jupyter Notebook, you paste apt get update install. Basically, you're just enabling yourself to zip up the output directory. So you run this cell, and it'll take probably a minute or so to get the package installed. So once everything's installed, it'll package everything up into a zip file, and you'll see it on the left-hand side, the outputs.zip. So now all you need to do is actually download. So file, download. Oops. So you go to outputs.zip, right click, and go to download. And this will go to your downloads folder. And then from there you can open it up and do whatever you want with it locally. So this is about 25 designs. You can do it for 100 designs. It'll just take a little longer. So we're here in our downloads folder. We can go to outputs, and here we'll look at test 2. And if you go to accepted, it'll have the accepted. We'll go to, I hadn't written anything out. We'll go to test, go to accepted. Here's the PDBs that have been written out so far. So we'll go to the first one, and PyMol will open it up. It's pretty easy to see which one is the binder. Under default conditions, your binder will almost always be helical, alpha helical. You can change that in BindCraft. You can change the percent helicity to make more beta sheets. So we have PDL1 on the left and our binder on the right. I'll just color this just a little more obvious. I'll color it maybe green. And then we have our PDL1 here. We'll color it like blue. Okay, so it can show, different representations for this. But the point is, so we have our first binder. There's a lot of other things that you can look at that are important as far as like the interactions. We can click on a few of these. Maybe we can see like the interface here. So that's just interesting. Click on a few of these, and maybe we'll just show the sticks. So we have a couple sticks here. Looks like we have an alanine and a valine over here. So looks like what you're going to see, mostly the good interactions are going to be hydrophobic interactions. Again, you can change these in the settings. So there are a lot of settings to look at, and they're all in the settings advanced. So these are all JSON files that have been made by the BindCraft team. So if we look at them, they're giving you basically all the parameters you would need, but they've already kind of simplified it and put it into a little file. So you can actually, fool around with this, try different ones. And also, once you really understand this, you can make your own. So that's really cool. Just experiment. So if there's anything else that you guys like to see, just let me know in the comments. I'll have a link to the blog post in the comments as well. So good luck designing. And hit the subscribe button, please.